Lewis and Clark. They wasn't pale faced like they told us. Them was some melanated Moors. And they had a translator with them that they try to cover up. Then y'all know him in the history books as Big Ben Bay, Benjamin Banneker, who fez is in the George Washington Memorial with all of the dirty Moors that we went to war with. Let that sink in. Big Ben Bay, Benjamin Banneker, the first American to so-called make a clock. We don't need no clock. We beyond time. We ageless, timeless souls. So they create the clock in order to trap us in the confines of a construct called time. Somebody call 19 Keys. We finna seal this up. Somebody call Yaki Awaken. We finna wrap this up. Somebody call Seven Bomar. Somebody call Orisha Bookman down there in Florida. Somebody call Sharice. Somebody call my Phoenix Rising. We about to wrap this shit up today. So we've been fighting a war for 500 years, protracted struggle. Since 1492, we've been the indigenous motherfucking warriors battling this machine. The war is not going to stay bloody warfare. We fought to a stalemate. The French sent a contingent to Haiti, got their ass whooped. That's divine insight. That's why he in there. He's in prison in the territory that the French formerly occupied as part of the Louisiana Purchase. That's Tucson, right? So now you come to Chief Pontiac, up here with the Ottawa, and the Chippewa, and the Saginaw, right? We all up here in the murder mitten, fighting the same dirty motherfuckers. They come up here, so they start sliding these $5 Indians into our camps, selling them in what's called the Freemason auction. And if you don't believe they was auctioning us back off after they captured us on a different part of the land, it's a book called The Moors and Freemasonry that talks about the auctions. They was selling us back to our tribes, but they wouldn't sell you back to the tribe you was from. They sold you to a foreign tribe, and that's how they slid these $5 Indians in on us. When they slide the $5 Indians, how you know they there? Because they stabbing us in the back, literally. Chief Pontiac got stabbed in the back by a $3 Indian. I don't even want to call him $5, $2.50, make change, nigga. Right? So we at war. We at war. The old Mississippians is backing up the Louisiana territory and the Port Nola. That was the intake for immigrants. Go ask Chief Warhorse if you think I'm lying. Right? So we had to send troops there. Now they done went around with DeSoto and them, they went around South America, come up and bomb the Califia Queens. This was an all-women's resort, goddess glow-up type situation that all of the women, when they went through their rites of passage, had the option to go do their intern to develop their femininity in that succulent sexiness of the woman. And this is where we really went, the West Coast G's went off the charts. Because half of them is on their way to Florida when they making a double back. Okay, so now in come the cowboys. They didn't call them boys. They didn't call Paleface boy. Who was the cowboys? Cherokee Bill and them. Right? Cherokee Bill and them is the cowboys. The Buffalo Soldiers ain't no motherfucker. They not working for them people. The real Buffalo Soldiers was the Black Buffalo clan that came in on the cleanup. Angel Bay, Chief Malik, Jeff Ford out of Chicago is the leader of them, the law on the land, the Buffalo, the Tatanka, the Big Bull, right? And so now we don't want to talk about this stuff because they got us thinking we the devil. They got us thinking we evil. They got us thinking we wicked. They got us thinking everything but who we is. We the gods of the earth. We the salt of this motherfucker. We would change the culture in your face on the drop of a dime. If you don't think we will, watch when y'all take rock and roll how we switch up to hip hop. Watch how y'all take jazz, we switch up to disco. When y'all tried to take ragtime, we switched up to hard bop. When y'all took the hard bop, we switched up to bebop, right? When y'all tried to take the blues, we dropped the rhythm and blues. We keep moving. Y'all trying to keep up with us. We ain't keeping up with y'all, right? So now we have to use every stratagem of war. Why? It's a book called Strategies of the Crescent Moon, and it's quoting from the Quran that the Moors follow. That's from these Islamic Ottoman fallen agents that's being exiled over here. They throwing the trash out and they dumping it on our shores. And they ain't never stopped dumping trash since they got here. Everything we did was harmonious with the earth before 1492. Now, nothing we do is in harmony with the planet. Who fault is that? We didn't do that. That's not our doing. That's some foreign outsiders interfering in our cultural behaviors that's natural to us. We will whoop a motherfucker ass. Don't get it twisted. We will go upside. But when we realize that, wait a minute, they turning me against my cousin and them. Let me go talk to my uncle and let him know what they doing to me and my cousin, trying to turn us against each other so he can tell us how to fight this war the right way. Matula Shakur. Right? Farrakhan. What we supposed to do? We need some guidance. We need some direction. They killing off our generals in real time. Right? And so if they killing off our generals, we got to disguise them as regular niggas. Regular old niggas. They got to be just as plain and regular as everybody else, but they got to be able to peep game. Good game, people are game, like a rhino running through the roughest pack. They say to them, a trigger happy, so I step back, breathe. Right? That's a Flintstone. The Flintstone cartoon with the Buffalo Lodge is about the Buffalo soldiers who was stationed in Flint, Michigan, that became known as Flintstones to the tribes. Right? I'm telling y'all where everybody at. It's up to y'all to put it together and to get the message out to the rest of us. It's over with. They can't beat us. They couldn't beat us with the hands. They lost that fight. They couldn't beat us with the guns. They brought the guns and still lost that fight. Now they want to come with the bombs. They blew us up. They flooded us out. They burnt up our cities. They burnt up our families. Giant Africa, Philadelphia moved. They didn't stop. We had to stop because we had to educate ourselves out of the condition, and we knew they was going to cheat. That's why we walk around with a handbook of their rules. Right? All of the rules to the game is in their books, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Mishnah, the Talmud, all they perverted holy books that's all about molestation of children, a murderous, rampaging deity that's running around killing everybody and blaming the devil of being the evil one who didn't kill nobody. I don't think he might have one body in the whole Bible. Right? So now, they come in, Muhammad, on his night journey, riding his Baruch, which is an ass, right? But that's supposed to have been the Jesus story, so they had to turn it into a mythical beast. So they can't tell you that Muhammad rode into town on an ass because that's what ISIS did. Because Big Mama don't walk nowhere unless she choose to. Because one of her baby boys is going to pull up in a limousine. They going to pull up with the motorcade. They going to pull up with the security. When y'all realize what's going on and y'all realize how they played us against each other, we going to stop fighting each other and we going to start seeing them dirty Moors. They going to expose themselves. They going to expose themselves because they not going to be able to contain themselves when we know who we are. They going to expose themselves. They going to tell on themselves. They going to try to do everything to tear us down. But they ain't going to be able to do it because we know who we is now. The gig is up. Them old Mississippian guerrilla knocking tribes is coming to the forefront to reclaim what's rightfully ours. And we already did it. I done walked them through the whole process. They look like us. They ain't us. Ask Kendrick if you think I'm playing. Matter of fact, don't even ask Kendrick. Ask the dragon, the Draco. Drake. Right? Because he'll tell you, no, they ain't like us. Right? But I bet you he be grass dancing like original. When he telling you what Kendrick said, they ain't like us, Drake gonna be grass dancing. Old native tribal stomping. Y'all gotta pay attention, man. They playing these dynamics out as artists to slide into the public domain, the secret, and put it in the open. It's in the open now. The gig is up. The cat is out the bag. These OG Negroes that y'all called nigga, we didn't realize that what y'all couldn't pronounce was the Nagas. And we didn't linked up with the Amaru and the Khans. And we didn't form tribal confederacies under your nose, making peace treaties on the slab, on the grave, in the penitentiary. See, you keep throwing people in the penitentiary and you think we too stupid. Remember, we couldn't end the Attica riot until we had that conversation with the minister, because he needed to know, we needed to know where he stand. Go back and look at the Attica riots, the 71 Attica riots. What ended the riots? We needed to get a message to somebody, and we needed to get a message from somebody. Go find out who we asked for. Then you will understand how this shit is played. We playing chess on the highest level. They playing fourth dimensional chess. I'm laughing at them because I'm playing ninth dimensional chess. They ain't even got to my dimension yet, let alone come around here and tell us who we is. We know who we is. Chief Pontiac know who we is. I inherited that fight, and I'm going to take this motherfucker to the hilt. They know. I went down to the police station, to the sheriff's office, and told them, y'all on my territory. I need y'all to start packing y'all shit. And they looking at me like I'm from outer space, like, who is you? You don't know who I am now, but when it's all said and done, you gonna know Chief Pontiac spoke. You ain't got no business here without my permission. Not on my land. And it's just like Tupac said. If I'm going out on my own land. You're not finna take me out on no foreign soil, on another chief's territory. You're not finna pull me up under a different chief's land and execute me so that chief can take the fall from it from the rest of the tribes. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Y'all don't know who, I'm telling y'all, the Bone Thugs and Harmony. Them all Cleveland Indians. Them Ohio boys. They right down the street from me. Busy know what's up. Go listen to Busy. He ain't crazy. He know exactly what he talking about. He an old red man chief. He came back a little lighter due to amalgamation because he in past lives, he was my complexion, but I was much darker too. Right? But now we see the whole game. The battlefield is upside down now. We didn't expose all of the dirty players. If Malachi York didn't expose them, Farrakhan exposed them. If Farrakhan didn't expose them, Clarence 13X exposed. If he didn't expose them, Yahweh Ben Yahweh exposed them. Every time they come at one of us, they expose their hand as to who they really is. Martin Luther King. Who killed his mama? A Hebrew Israelite. Why do that matter? Because that's who we've been fighting this whole time. Moorish Zionist Jews who live in gated communities in upstate New York. They live in gated communities in upstate New Jersey. They live in gated communities in California. They look at us like parasites, but they sucking the blood out of us. They calling us the parasite, and they sucking our lifeblood. And our children is just supposed to suffer, grit and bear it while they raping our babies. And we ain't supposed to say nothing. We ain't supposed to do nothing. We supposed to go along to get along. Nigga, bullshit. That old Martian shit is over with. Because I'm telling you now, if Chief Pontiac Rod Hayes march somewhere, I'm going to have about 100,000 Crips, about 100,000 Bloods, about 100,000 Vice Lords, about 100,000 GDs, about 100,000 BDs, about 100,000 Black Souls. I'm having every tribe, 100,000 Hell's Angels, 100,000 of them, the pale faces that took over the KKK, because y'all thinking that was a Christian organization. That was a secret society that was formerly known as the Black Brotherhood of Spain, and them niggas is still over there in the same regalia they was in when they brought that shit over here. And that's the black hen they feared in the South. That Clayton Bigsby ass nigga who head hanging from under the robe. Fuck them niggas. I don't got no mercy for them. I don't got no sympathy for them. I don't want don't come shaking my hand. Don't come kissing my ass. Get off the land. Y'all want the wrong people off the land. I want the dirty players off the land. I want the turncoats, the backstabbers, the usurpers, the interlopers, the ones masquerading like they original to the land and they all the time foreign agents. They not registered under the Foreign Agent Act because they don't want you to know the United States is a foreign corporation. It was set up the same way they set Halliburton up in Iraq and Afghanistan after the Gulf War. It's the same corporation. Northwest Trading Company, Virginia Trading Company, merged again, and they became known as the United States Corporation. But we don't know this because they got us believing that we won the Revolutionary War and the North won the Civil War. Bullshit and bullshit. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. But as long as we letting them tell the story and control the narrative, we victims to the system. They waged war against us. Look, they call us non-treaty tribes, outlaw tribes. This is your outlaws. Not the motherfucking economic hitmen that they were sending in to rob Big Mama banks. Go back and watch the movie Hateful Eight again. Go back and watch that other movie with Cherokee Bill in them. And you see who was doing the robbing. They look like us, but they not us. That we was fighting people that looked like us, but they wasn't us. They were scared of them brothers that came out of the deep south of Louisiana that looked like Bass Reeves with that super mustache, right? Now, this is the one for my Latinos. Jefe Blanco, the man with the white suit. Jefe Blanco, the man with the white suit. That nigga is the one who went and slid up under Cesar Chavez, not Cesar Chavez, Pancho Villa, and had him sell out Emilio Zapata, the real soldier in the revolution for the Mexicans. The real Zapatista, right? Y'all don't know about this because y'all not saturated in the revolution of your freedom and overthrowing a foreign agent that's sitting on your back. I got tutored by some of the coldest OGs that you ever want to see, and they told me. So when the Mexican OGs told me about the conquistadors, and then these brothers telling me about the dirty Moors, and then the righteous Moors is being tricked out of their money by the dirty Moors in the Moors house, and I don't supposed to see none of that, got me twisted. I'm seeing it all. I don't turn the blind eye to bullshit. I look at that motherfucking bullshit straight in this motherfucking eye. Right? They got my chief locked up for 50 fucking years for nothing. They done set this man up. This man ain't did nothing. They done accused this man of ordering some shit with no evidence that he ordered nothing. COINTELPRO operations, Rex 84. If it ever come a time where they realize who they is, we gonna round all of their leaders up, all of the men that could possibly be this so-called black messiah. Ain't no goddamn black messiah that's no man. The black messiah is a woman, you stupid motherfuckers. The black messiah, the only black messiah is the black woman. You can't escape that. I wouldn't give a fuck if I married 1,000 white chicks today. The truth of the matter is the anointed one is the black Madonna. That's Empress Redbird, and you don't have to believe me. When these motherfuckers get done bowing down, though, y'all gonna believe me. Y'all gonna know, goddamn, that nigga out cold. I was looking for her. She was looking for me, but I ain't know who I was looking for till I bumped into her. She had all of the receipts to all of the work I was doing, and I couldn't figure out. She got to be the one because they gave her the paperwork that they wrote. Foundational documents, fruit of the poison tree doctrine. This is how you overthrow them motherfuckers. You can fight them in their courts, and you're gonna lose because they don't got... None of us, organic originals, we all fall under the 3/5 compromise Dred Scott because we don't know who we are and we don't know where we at. Well, today we know who we are and we know where we at. We 5/5 realized, bitch. Run my shit. Make my people whole. We ain't talking about let my people go. No. Unloose my shit. That's what you do. Because pretty soon we get to the point where I'm going to have to unloose some thugs. I'm going to have to unloose some outlaws. Some 1% bikers. I'm going to have to unleash them. I don't want to do it. The big mama told me, my mama told me when I was growing up, she said, baby, if you do what I tell you, you ain't going to have to fight nobody. All you have to do is claim what's yours. I'm claiming what's mine. Only way I can claim mine is to tell you who the rightful heirs is. And all over the world, it's a collection of big mamas. Different skin tones, different hair textures. This is what you see when you see the Filipino pop up on Dr. Kia Pruitt's show. Talking about she an heir. She ain't lying. She ain't lying. She from the White Dragon clan over there. Trump had to go to her family to get the receipt in order to prove that we was over here claiming our shit in order to get our gold from the Vatican. 650 planes of gold took it from the Vatican under Donald J. Trump. Come on now. Y'all don't see this stage show playing out, this theatrical performance that they called an election. Stop falling for their shenanigans. Stop falling for it. This shit is over with. This shit is over with. We on fire today. We not playing. Right? Somebody let Brother Rich know. Post this on, put this up on this page when I get done. Tell young girl to put this motherfucker up. We going in. Now, they put the $5 bounty out, but the history books, they telling you that these natives is scalping the 49ers, the ones going out there to mine for gold. There we go with that gold shit again. They going to California to mine for the gold, but they don't know that not only is it gold in the land, the people in California is the gold. That's the grit, that's the worth, that's the value, because only the people from California can function correctly in California in order to control the resources of the land, the air, and the water, which is the Great Law, which overrides the law of the high seas, which sinks your maritime ship. Your motherfucking ship was sunk on January the 6th. Pelosi, we sent the shaman. He was pale-facing a motherfucker, but he came and sat behind that desk, and he only had to be there for 1 minute, and he sat there for 5. And the police let him in. And the DC police let him in. All them people that they talking about was insurrectionists on January the 6th was let in and gave a whole tour by the motherfucking Capitol Police. And when they was leaving with podiums and shit, that was called capturing the ship. For those who don't know, Battleship is a game that we used to play back in the 70s and the 60s. Well, I started playing it in the 70s. I was a little boy because I was born in the late 60s. But we sank their battleship that day. It was over with that day. Now, we just going through this to make sure that y'all know what happened. Because only by y'all knowing what happened will y'all understand what we doing when we reclaiming the land. When SikApe put the Pope on notice, she said, the chiefs have been selected across the land. Govern yourself accordingly. And he was froze because he knew that she was not playing. What'd he do? He went back to the Vatican and sent back a response. Discovery doctrine rescinded. That means every piece of paper founded on the discovery doctrine, including your United States Constitution, your secondary corporate constitution, including your right to settle, your white man's birth, all that was rescinded under the discovery doctrine. The only problem was they keep calling us minors. They ain't talking about coal miners. They ain't talking about gold miners. They calling us minors because in law, a minor means you an imbecile in law. Cali with me, though. I ain't worried about it. Cali with me. They ain't playing. Look, when I told them hit them in the pockets, what the OGs say? Look, under Cali law, the legal beagles talking out of the system now. Under Cali law, you know if it's more than 300 people, that's considered a riot, and nobody can get more than 30 days for a riot, participate in the riot, because it falls under the control of irresistible impulse. And the supporting document is a book called The Crowd by Gustave Le Bon, where he say that under the influence of the crowd, the individual loses all sense of itself and only can follow the will and the power that the crowd drives him in. Hello, critical mass, 100 monkey effect. Bust them in they badussi. That's what you do. 100 monkey effect. Bust them in they badussi. So what they do? 1,000 niggas in Nordstrom. 1,000 niggas in the jewelry store. 1,000 niggas on the train. That's mob action. That's mob action. That's MOB. That's mothers over bitches, we say. Right? Mothers over bitches. We love the mothers, but we don't give a damn about a bitch. Because they sent them slimy bitches in to undermine us and get us caught up in these child support cases, in these sex cases, and all of these fabricated molestation cases while they protecting the pedophiles that's coming into the schools dressed like women all the time. This motherfucker got a beard thicker than mine, a mustache and eyebrows thicker than mine, talking about he don't know if he a man or a woman, and he in a dress reading books to your kids in the name of the goddamn Statue of Liberty, drag queen, pedophile, priest cults from Rome. This the fall of Rome. Babylon been failed. I've been told y'all that. I announced the fall of Babylon in 2018, 2019. So Babylon over with, and this is the last grip that we breaking. Soon as y'all understand the United States is not our government, the United States only want us to vote. Your vote don't mean nothing. They don't want the voter. They want the organizer so they can know who to pay off, who to bribe, who to give benefits to keep the rest of the niggas under control, and it ain't working no more. Because even the ones who they thought didn't see their game, peeping their game now, they're like, hold on, this is a new group of chiefs coming up, and these motherfuckers is beating their chest like some real gorillas. They like some George Jackson, Soledad brother, Black August type shit. Niggas like that, the quintessential destructive force of nature, all in the form of pure intelligence. We don't have to beat up nobody. All we got to do is get our clans to know what's going on. We ready. We ready. Ship this out west. Let them Crips and them Bloods dissect this for the YGs. Let the OGs break this down. The triple OGs break this down for the YGs. Let them know what I'm talking about. Pull the receipts that I'm calling out while I'm calling them out, and y'all see this shit clear as day. They can fool a whole bunch of people, but they can't fool me. My mama told me a long time ago, it's okay to be fooled, but don't be nobody's damn fool. Right? So I took the fool's journey and became the fucking hero at the end of the tarot deck, when I started off as the zero and ended up sitting in the emperor's seat. Right? Making sure that the empress is well situated. Y'all don't know what's going on. I'm telling y'all what's going on. The white hats, Jefe Blanco, right? Everything they use to tear us down, we had to use it to come up. Jefe Blanco, the one with the white suits and the white hat, that's the Naval Guard. The brass in the Navy wear white. The brass in the Army wear green. The brass in the Marines wear navy blue. The brass in the Air Force, they wear white over black, I believe it is. Right? And then your National Guard wear Army colors. If you see our Army dispatch on domestic soil, that means that they have been sheep dipped by the National Guard. Because what's about to happen is the largest eviction in the history of the planet. And we ain't talking about evicting them from America. We talking about evicting them from the planet. They didn't already ship thousands of motherfuckers, if not millions, off world. Because they can't die here no more. They got to go. So now we just dealing with the henchmen and the minions, the coverers, the ones who was the facilitators for the dirt. And the ones that was sitting at the freak-off parties, seeing everything going on, but they too much of a bitch to say something. They gonna bitch up. My mama say the sealer is as bad as the stealer. Right? That means that if you are sitting there with a motherfucker that's stealing, and y'all get caught, you just as bad as him. They call it accessory in law. You can be accessory to the fact, after the fact, or before the fact, But an accessory is an accessory, and you can still get life if the crime is right. The game is over. Look, when the La Cosa Nostra came over here, the children of Hannibal or Carthage was exiled from Italy by the Etruscans after the Carthaginian wars with the Romans. When they exiled them, they exiled them to the island of Sicily. So they sent us Mario Puzo so he can write the Godfather movie. So you can see the structure and the order of a family that's ran by a single individual. Right or wrong, it don't matter what he's doing. He's protecting his family and he's feeding his family off the fat of the land. They sent that over here for a reason. It's a reason people say that Biggie and Tupac was tied into two different mafia families. That Rolex ain't no coincidence. That Mickey Mouse Rolex, the double up, and that ain't no coincidence.